All right, let's start. So let's just finish this 2024 paper. I know you may have revised it maybe with your colleagues or at school, but we need to break it down. So 70 marks in total. You have a practical, I believe, for computer studies.
Yes, we had.
Okay, because we have to account it's worth 30 marks. Huh? How did that go?
It was just okay
It was all
for the
right.
practical.
I see. As long as you have like a working
Yes.
computer, it becomes a bit easy. So let's analyze the whole paper
Yes.
section by section. So question one says, which computer can be carried and used while traveling? So we have a desktop, a laptop, a server, or a workstation. So all these other options are things that are stationary. They are not as mobile, but a laptop is very mobile. Although some laptops are heavy, some laptops are thin, some are light, but the basic uh, flexibility for that a laptop has over everything else is you can actually carry everything. You can carry the central processing unit, you can carry the hard drive. It's basically mobile and portable while traveling. Question two, accessing computer files without permission is code. It's not cyberbullying. This is where people digitally bully others and leave comments online. It's not cyber roaming. Uh, accessing computer files, it's hacking. So it's hacking. Phishing is different from hacking in that you're not accessing someone's computer file. You want them to click a link. You want them to click a link. So, for example, someone may want to hack into, so phishing is a form of hacking. So someone may want to access your Facebook account. So they might make a web page that looks like Facebook. Then they say login, password, the same way. So they might make something like this so that if you click into this like illegal website with your details, they'll log in and have access to your information. So phishing is a way of accessing your personal login details, your personal bank statements, tricking you without you knowing. But when you're directly trying to access someone's computer files directly, either through phishing or through a USB hard drive, the entire process itself is called hacking. So let's move on to question three. So a browser is used for, so typically when you open a browser like Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or Firefox, the main um, thing that you're doing is accessing web pages that are usually HTML encoded. So you're not reading the computer, you're not searching your desktop, you're not searching for a flash disk, you're trying to access HTML or HP web pages. Example, Facebook is a web page, Instagram. So you're trying to access all these types of web pages. So this is the function of you going into a browser. Let's go to question four. So what name is given to an inbuilt formula in Excel? So these are called functions. So functions. So it's a function. It's something that is inbuilt. It's not a button. It's not a chart. It's not a range. So this function will give you a certain command. It could be a formula for like a sum if function where you're trying to add certain columns. So anything that's inbuilt in Excel is called a function. So our answer here would be C. Let's go to the next question, question 5. Which of the following is a type of memory that holds data temporarily? So a clipboard is going to literally store. The answer here is read only. So read only, you're holding data temporarily, backing storage, no. So it's a read only. Question 6. A system that involves both sight and hearing of a user is called. So visual is only sight only. Transition is like you're changing from one place to another. Audio is only hearing only. But multi means a lot. Media means you're able to hear, you're able to see. So a lot coming from the word multi. So our answer is multimedia. That's our answer. Let's move on to question 7. How are specific tasks performed by a user? So how does a user perform specific tasks in a computer here? So user software, utility software, system software. So to perform a specific task, you need an application. It could be an application like Microsoft Word, Excel. So you need an application software for you to perform that specific task. So here, our answer is applications software. Let's move on to question 8. Which of the following is an example of a household appliance that is not controlled by a microprocessor? So we're moving on to things called smart homes. So smart homes, I don't know if you've heard of like an Alexa system. So you can program your house to do certain tasks. It can be automated. It can be an automated door opener. It can be an automated light switch, a digital watch, a microwave. You can automate even a coffee maker, even a washing machine. So all these can be automated, but a pressing iron cannot be automated. It's just direct plug in and you iron. You cannot connect this to any microprocessor. So the answer here is a pressing iron. So let's move on to question 9. So saving a file to a specific location is done by clicking on a dash button. So it's save as. So imagine you're typing a document. Let's say you're writing an application letter. So after typing an application letter, there's usually a button here in Microsoft Word, which usually says File. If you click it, it will give you certain options called Save As. And then the Save As icon will tell you, do you want to save it as a Word doc? Do you want to save it as maybe a PDF file? So it's going to give you certain options. If you want to save your document as a PDF, you can save it. If you want to save it as a Word doc in its original state, you can save it. So that gives, when it tells you save as, then it will take you, do you want to save it on the desktop? Do you want to save it on downloads? Or do you want to save it in documents? So that's how the computer works. So the answer here is the save as icon. Let's move on to question 10. So to type J as a capital letter, a user must hold down the shift icon by pressing J. So shift helps you to alternate between capital letters. Sometimes you can maybe even have number one here. Number one on your keyboard has an exclamation mark. So if you want to, you can say shift. If you press one, the exclamation mark is going to show up. Sometimes there's also a button that has an at and it has a comma. If you click shift, you'll be able to transition between a comma or an at symbol, especially if you want to write down an email. So we've passed through the first 10 questions in the multiple choice. Do you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay, let's move on to question 11. So the following are output devices except. So when we say output, it means we're trying to display something, or we're trying to release something. We're trying to release something. So, displaying, it's like a lot of things. It could be an image. So a projector is an output device. It could be a paper. That could be a printer. So we're releasing something. Or it could be sound that's being outputted. But here, a modem, we're trying to input a modem so that we can have access to the World Wide Web, the internet. So everything here is an output device except from a modem. No one really uses modems anyway. I don't even know why this is in a 2024 paper. Have you seen a modem before?
No.
But you've seen a lot of Wi-Fi routers, huh?
Yes.
Exactly. We don't necessarily, anyway, Examination Council of Zambia. I feel like your teachers should read more tech-related news. We don't use modems anymore. So question 12, which of the following printers is used to produce a very large drawing and pictures found on billboard advertisements along the roads? Daisy wheel, dot machine. So you have to, it's like a 3D printer. So it plots these coordinates, and these coordinates are going to generate this large image, and it will also map out the dimensions of that image. So it plots out the entire thing. So our answer here for question 12 would be D, which is a plotter. Let's move on to question 13. Dash is the automatic division of a document in 2 pages. So orientation is you're trying to see whether it's in a portrait or landscape. Page layout, you're trying to see the display itself. Page setup, not necessarily, so it's pagination. So you're trying to divide into individual pieces, so it's pagination. So let's go to question 14. So which of the following is the correct example of a uniform resource locator? So a URL, uniform resource locator. So you have to start with www. So the correct answer is C. So here at usually applies to emails, but www.edu.educate.edu is a correct uniform resource locator. And it usually has the type of landing page. So a landing page. So it's either your landing page is .com, it's either .africa, .zm.edu. So that will take you to the landing page. So question 15. So what is the page orientation where the height, so the height is greater than the width? So this is height, this is width, this is portrait. But if you have where width is greater than the height, this is landscape. So our answer here is portrait mode. You have a phone, right? Sometimes when taking a picture in the normal state, that's your portrait mode. But you can tilt your camera, you can bend it to landscape so that you can have, they call it landscape because it's like land, you have a wider view of vision. But imagine it like your phone in its normal state, you're holding your phone in portrait mode. So, but right now, as you are watching this video in class with me, you're probably in landscape, right?
No, portrait.
You're in portrait, and you can see clearly.
Yes, when I tilt it to landscape, the mic, the audio and the thing,
Oh,
chat will be blocking.
oh, okay, I see. Okay, at least now you're understanding, right? So you're in portrait right now.
Yes.
So question 16. So data, we've inputted our data and we're adding meaning to our data. It has to give us information. So in order for you to give us information, we have to undergo the 3 stages of what a computer does. The computer is going to, you have to input data. So data goes through this process. You have to input data, then you have to process it. After it's done processing, there is an output. And that output can be displayed as information. So our answer here is information. Let's go to question 17. Dash is a copyright software that can be used on a trial basis before it is bought. So it's not firmware, it's not freeware, it's malware is something that is dangerous. So it's a shareware. I'm sure you've even, the Google Play Store has a lot of shareware softwares. So they would actually give you certain apps that you can use for free on a trial basis. Sometimes the trial is, for example, Spotify. There is the normal Spotify, which has ads. Then there is Spotify Premium, which does not have ads. So right now you're on like a free version, but sometimes they want you to go into the premium Spotify. So they will tell you have a trial for maybe 3 months at $0. So that's an example of a shareware. When the trial ends, after 3 months, you are going to be billed. So this is an example of a shareware. Question 18. So the kind of system that allows one person to do one task at a time, and it's one person means mono, and it's a task, so it's monotasking. So for this one, even if you didn't know, if you just know English, you can actually know here that you're not multitasking, it's just one person, so you are monotasking. So question 19. The quality of an image on a computer is determined by the number of pixels. 360p, 780p, 1080p. You've seen these, right? When you're on YouTube, if you want to increase the resolution, you can choose
Yes.
number of pixels, right? So the answer here is
Yes.
so question 20. Oh, it's an Excel. So the following spreadsheet shows a list of projects which are accepted or rejected using a specific formula. So here you have got your rows and you have got your columns. So which of the following shows the formula entered in C2 if the percentage allowed, if the percentage allowed is above 12. So if we are above 12, accept, below 12, we have to reject. So this is what it's trying to accept. So anything above 12, we have to accept. Anything below 12, we have to reject. And we are on C2. So this is C corresponding to 2. So it's this entire row. So we're on C2. So if I clicked on C2 here, if I clicked here, the whole row would highlight. So our formula has to tell us that here the percentage is coming out. That's the output. So we have to say if B2, so this is B2. Right? B2, this is C2. If you click it like that, this is A1, A2. So if we are at B2, it has to be, so we're accepting if it is greater than 12. So B2 is greater than 12. We accept, comma, reject. So here we have to ask yourself, the middle part is asking ourselves. So the middle part is asking ourselves. So the first part of the formula is saying, if it's greater than 12, are we accepting? No. Is it great? If it's greater than 12, we accept. But here, comma, we have to reject because it's less than 12. So our answer has to be D. Yeah. Okay. So are you good with Excel?
Yes.
You've been taught how to use Excel here and there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we are done with section A, which is good. So let's move on to, do you have any questions from these questions?
No, sir.
No questions? Oh, yeah,
No.
you are good at computer studies. Or it's a bit okay?
It's a bit okay.
Bit okay, right? Okay. So section B, there are 15 questions in this section. Answer all questions in this section by using just one word or a short phrase and write your answers in the answer booklet. So question 1, I need space to write. So question 1, the symbol for multiplication in Excel is there. So it's like a star. What do you call this, Caster?
Sorry?
So the symbol for multiplication in Excel is, this is the symbol, it's like a caster. Do we have that symbol?
Can you repeat the question?
It's right here, question 2. The symbol for multiplication in Excel is, it's like a caster. Can't you see?
Yes.
So what is it called? It's a caster. I've drawn it here. Can I help you?
Yes.
So it's a caster. If you drew this caster, you would have probably gotten a mark. But the answer is an asterisk. Asterisk. So combining two words, risk and aster. So asterisk is the answer. So a soft copy of a document is found in the dash, while a hard copy is produced. So there's an output here, is produced by a dash. So what do you think they're talking about here? Hello, Kozo. It's a document.
Yes, sir.
So it's a document. Remember those documents we spoke about? It could be a PDF file.
Yes.
It could be a Word file. So where do we find these documents? What do you think?
Computer.
Yes, yes,
You're
exactly.
saying I find the answer for number 2.
Yes, no, well, okay. So they are found in the computer. And then, so soft copy in the computer. Then what about the hard copy?
A printer.
Mhm. Printer, great. So the dash button reloads a web page which has expired. So you just click refresh, right? If you click refresh,
Yes.
you can reload something. So the letters CC is an electronic in an electronic mail stands for. So CC carbon copy. Again, we don't use carbon copies that much, but anyway, it's important for us to know. I haven't seen a carbon copy in 2025. So sending pictures to the internet is called dash, while getting music from the internet is called dash. What do you think?
Uploading and downloading.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So you're on the internet, you're going to upload a picture. And if you're trying to retrieve something, you have to download it. And of course, your download would depend on your megabytes per second, right? It would be like 10 Mbps per second. Sometimes it goes down to like 5. Starlink companies are advertising for like 30 megabytes per second. So it actually depends on the speed. Using Excel to arrange data in alphabetical order, the dash button is used. So you're sorting data. So you just click on the sort button. So sort button. So question 7, to dash is to format letters to appear darker than the others. So let's say you want a B to be like this, and then you make it a bit darker. So what do you do here? You're going from this shade to that shade. What do you think? The answer is even here.
Is it bold?
Yes,
Is
yes,
it bold, sir?
yes, bold. No wonder I intentionally put the letter B there. So it's bold. So you're changing it to bold. This was a good paper. So a read-only document does not allow a user to dash or add text. So it's read-only, meaning you cannot tamper with it in any way. And if you want to tamper with a document in any way, you have to edit the document. So you cannot edit, you can just read that document. Peripheral devices are connected to, so anything outside is connected to the system unit. Or you can even say the central processing unit. So if you want something connected to outside to the inside of the computer, it has to pass through the CPU so that the computer can actually make sense of that information. So a dash is an example of a resource that is shared to a local area network. A dash is an example of a resource that is shared to a local area network. So anything that can be shared in like a local LAN, so like short distance.
A printer.
Yes, exactly. So you can share a printer within a local area network framework. So here we have to say a printer. So audio input from a person speaking is done using a dash, while video output goes through the dash. So audio input, when someone is speaking, they are obviously holding a microphone, right? They are obviously holding a microphone.
Yes.
While the video output has to go through, so it's either you have a monitor or you have a projector, you're projecting to a screen, but the best answer here would be you have to have a monitor. So if you said projector, it would have even be projector, even a screen, but yeah, it has to go through a monitor. These would have also been acceptable, but monitor would be the best answer. So question 12, a person can withdraw or deposit money after banking hours. So you can go to an ATM. You can go to an ATM, an automatic teller machine, to withdraw money after hours. Although nowadays people don't really withdraw cash, you can buy anything using mobile money these days. The world is evolving. You can go with your card, go at a shop, and then you can tap to pay. So this is how the information system is actually evolving. It's been long since I saw someone going to towards an ATM. So Dash allows a user to check how a document appears before printing. So before printing. So it's like you're trying to preview. It's like you're trying to preview something before printing. And it's usually a separate window here. So you can have the main thing that you are trying to click, you click on it, and then a screen divider is going to appear. Then there will be what you're trying to print there. So it will be print preview. Then it will even show you, do you want to print how many pages? You can even actually tailor it. You can be more specific. You can only print out, let's say, page 5 to 6, or you can print out just the cover page, ending up until maybe page 2. So it allows certain functions. You can also command it to say, do you want to print in landscape? Do you want to print in portrait? So our answer here is print preview. So print, yes, you want to print, but you want to see before you print. So you want to preview before printing. A single page in a spreadsheet. So you've opened up a spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel. So that single page, we're going to call it a worksheet. So you can open as many worksheets as you want. And it will be down below. So there'll be like worksheet 1, worksheet 2, things like that. While one page in a presentation, just one page. So we've moved from Microsoft Excel to PowerPoint. I hate this question because how come we're just not sticking to one thing? So here it's just called one single slide. So we only have 1 minute left. I'll share a link immediately after this. Let me just share a link right now so that we can go to section B and section C and we finish this paper. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, let me just send a link right now.